This month, I hope you're all keeping well in this really epic climate. I thought this month, rather than going through the individual star signs for readings, that I would actually just this month do everyone, the collective, together for April. Given that we are all in this together, it seemed appropriate. I'm going to just put on a mask because I don't want to infect myself in the next few minutes, so I just wanted to present my normal face first, and I don't have a rash here. This is actually just the light, and I am aware of this little ray of light that's coming in through my face right there, but so I'm just going to get into it. What are the messages for the collective in April 2020 during this coronavirus, in which most of the world is in shutdown, lockdown? This will be a political read. I'd also just want to share with you a dream I had the other day, coming out of a live process that I was doing for this work, called The Politics of Dreaming. Last week we were wearing a lot of the outfits and the anarchist get-up from Berlin that is through this artwork, and I had this dream over the weekend that these neo-Nazis were coming right into my space. In Berlin, there's this really strong far left and far right kind of standoff that happens, and they came into my space because I was online with kind of anti-fascist messages, and they were threatening me. So that was a dream I had in the weekend after finishing that process, which I thought was really interesting in the context of this kind of us and them climate that we live in on the internet and in the world right now of polarization. So I'm really interested to do this kind of reading that is for everyone, to look at Earth right now, everyone on Earth. So here we go. So what am I saying? Oh, we've got justice. Look at that. Straight off the bat, justice. So what's occurring right now is balance. We've got balance happening in the world. Things that were wronged are now being righted. We're starting to balance out, given that we've completely fucked our planet up and fucked each other over. Justice comes in when there's kind of like a karmic readjustment. You can see this almost as the more sort of rational, calm English version of Kali, who is divine justice coming in with a sword to just slice away everything that is not needed. So that's informing the situation. Justice. This year it's kind of like, last year we had sort of mass extinction of species and our youth protesting, and this year we're facing potentially our own extinction, so that's kind of justice there. That's just the pushback of nature and being told to slow down and not release 5G and go into this kind of light speed that is really not sustainable already. We've also got that crossing as the King of Wands. King of Wands is about, it's a masculine energy that's very creative. It's re-looking at the kind of patriarchal systems in a much more kind of fluid, creative way. He's facing justice, so there's some really big decisions being made right now. He's looking at justice here, and he's going, yeah, let's think about that. So we've got the world crossing that. So the world is like the whole world is being united right now, and we're in a cycle of completion. The world often indicates completion. And look at her, she's dancing on the wreath, and we have everyone connected here. And it's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a completely new cycle crossing that. On the top we have the lovers, and behind me we also see the lovers. So we've got the lovers and the lovers in this reading, and the lovers is kind of like, this is on our conscious mind, and the lovers is kind of like, yeah, we just need to love each other, don't we, and just get over ourselves. Yeah, there's really this sense of like integrating, once again, balance. It's balance. It's bringing together dichotomies, and it's non-binary. So there we go, that's the lovers in our conscious mind. It's something we're aware of, that we need to actually just focus on the important things, which is loving each other. It's always a really nice message, isn't it? In the unconscious, we have the Ace of Wands. There's going to be a whole lot of new ideas, a whole lot of new inspirations coming. It's new beginnings, it is like. There might be lots of sex had as well. It tends to kind of indicate passion. There's like a lot of new ideas, new inventions, new things coming through. There's a lot of new inspiration that's going to be flooding in April. So in the past, behind us, we've had a lot of burnout, haven't we? We've had a lot of fires burning. We've had a lot of failed impeachments. We've had mass shootings. We've had all sorts of political and ecological failures, and now we're facing economic failure. But in the past, we have the Ace of Pentacles. So this is a recent past, and this is like a new opportunity. So, you know, we're being handed an opportunity for change and for things to move in a new direction. It also indicates money. So Ace of Pentacles is a new start in the economy, a new beginning with the economic system, and a new way of thinking about money and the economy. That is an opportunity that's been offered to us. So that's the past. The future, we've got the future here. What's the future? So the future is the Wheel of Fortune, which tends to indicate change, which we do kind of already know, and it's unprecedented change that no one is ready for. It throws everything in the air. The wheel turns and it could fall in any direction. It tends to indicate fortune, but it is basically just the entire wheel is changing, and karma is changing. We are deciding our new fates. Everything is improvised, it's in the unknown, and there is really no clear answer here other than what we create. So, within us, here is within us, April 2020, the Emperor. So the Emperor is kind of a master. He is self-mastery, he is a patriarch, so I feel that we're reconsidering our patriarchal sort of like systems. Are they working for us? Who do we really want as our leaders? Who do we really want on this throne? Do we want anyone on the throne? And are we actually our own leaders? This is a time in which everybody is incredibly suspicious of leadership. It's failed us a lot. And now our leaders are being asked to take care of us and make sure that everybody is safe and they've made the right decisions in terms of prioritising health over the economy. But we're really, really looking at leaders right now, and we're looking at leaders within ourselves as well. This is what's in our environment. It's looking pretty positive so far, I have to say, everybody. In our environment is the Ten of Pentacles, and that is money, it's abundance. So in our context, I mean, I know at least in New Zealand they're throwing money at everybody, particularly in the arts, and that's a really important. They've decided to move away from austerity in New Zealand. We're about to go into level 4 today, and they're absolutely throwing money around to make sure that people are safe coming through this crisis, rather than starving people and depriving them with austerity the way that has happened in other countries like Europe and the US. So in our environment is abundance. Doesn't always have to mean literal abundance, but it can also be like enjoying the abundance that's around us and seeing abundance with new eyes. That's in our context. Our hopes and fears. It's really, really hard to breathe through a mask, isn't it, for extended periods. Oh, what jumped out here is our hopes and fears is the Sun. So the Sun is probably one of the most positive cards in the deck, and this is in our hopes and fears. So we're really hoping that we're going to come through this with shining colours, and that we will have full regeneration, expansion, fertility and happiness. I know the Northern Hemisphere is about to go into summer. Us in the Southern Hemisphere are about to go into winter. But regardless of seasons, it's sexuality, it's expansion, it's creativity. We're about to boom and blossom in creativity, but that's hopes and fears. We're like putting energy into the light rather than the darkness. We're hoping for the best. And you know, they say that humanity is hardwired only to respond in crisis. So if it takes sort of like this much crisis and fear to activate light and joy and the desire for a positive society, then that's what we're hoping for. It's looking really, really fantastic so far. And here we go, final card, the outcome. So the outcome for April is, here we go, political outcome for April 2020 is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is about clarity, it's about new beginnings, it's about new understandings, it's about cutting through confusion, it is cutting through bullshit. It's literally taking a knife to and a sword to anything that it has opacity and just really ripping it to pieces. Again, like Kali, divine justice, we have the beginning and the end is a sword, the sword of truth. We're really cutting to the bone, cutting to the core of our own truths and of societal truths, and we're coming up with new ideas. It's victory. It is a card of victory. So that is incredibly positive as a reading. I do see this as a chance for complete transformation. We don't have death, we don't have the Tower, we don't have the Ten of Swords, we don't have the Three of Swords. Those are all the most gnarly cards in the pack. These are all incredibly positive. So yeah, RiseUp.net Tarot bringing you some really positive tarot reading for April 2020. I almost said 2021 because that's when my brain is having to plan everything for the future, throwing all projects into next year. But here we are, and yeah, just take care everybody, lots of love, hoping that you're well, and see you again in May. Love and light to you all, love and light, much love.